Hey, man.
Hey, man.
So, first, who's on beeps? I heard beeps in the background.
Who's on beeps?
Yeah, who's on beeps?
That's my friend Pedro here at
Bambu. Over there. So we're in Bambu, right next to the Capitol Theater. You're going to be opening up later for David Gray. Mm-hmm. So listen, I know that you have a whole bunch of EPs. One just came out fairly recent, mm-hmm. and then you're going to work on another album, which is great.
Yeah.
Is it in your nature to just kind of do EPs? Because I know you only have one full-length album out. Mm-hmm. But like, do you just want to give people a taste, but you don't want to you want to give them an appetizer? You don't really want to give them dinner? Is that what you're going for?
You know what? It was more that I released an album and in 2007, and then when I heard the album that I released, I realised that, in my opinion, I sort of didn't really release an album, and that an album's a much more difficult craft than I give credit for originally. So I just kind of was toying around for the next few years, waiting for a collection of songs that I could put out coherently on a complete album, and that didn't really happen. I just started writing loads of things that didn't really fit together as a whole.
Got it.
So I just released EPs. It was by default, not by design, really.
Because I mean, the only reason I bring it up is it seems like that's the nature of the industry now. Like, you release an EP, you kind of give a sample, and then you kind of go out. It's almost like a sneak preview, and then it's like, okay, here's the here's the appetizer for the entree. That's a second food reference I made. Yeah. When I'm saying that, but I think it's just because in our culture now, it's kind of like, I want everything right away. I want things now.
Yeah, no, I don't know with regards to, what the industry wants or needs or requires, or, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just know that for me, it worked a lot easier for me to just release EPs for a while.
Talk to me about the song you just played. I mean, the thing that I can tell right off the bat is that you totally go to a different place, right? When you're performing?
Well, that's the beauty of it, isn't it? That's what music's for, to take you somewhere else. Be the song, well, it's a song that I did. It's on this Melrose EP that I've just released recently here. It was a song I worked on with a friend of mine, David Holmes, a producer, usually works in films, like film production. He did the music for Ocean's 11, and or all the Ocean's films, and most notably, in my opinion anyway, he did the music for Hunger by Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
That may be one of the most beautiful films I've seen in a long time, if you can say that about such a subject matter in a film.
Right.
But it was beautiful and stunning. Yeah, so him and I worked on this song. That was the starting point, and then we ended up kind of working on other songs, and we were trying to get to an album, but we were both so busy. He was busy doing films, and I was busy touring, and trying to make bread to bring home and feed the kids and all that. So yeah, it just took a long time to get round to getting the full-length album out of it. So yeah, basically we sort of called it a day and released an EP. But during that time we did the music for a short film called The Shore, of which Be the Song is like the lead track.
Gotcha.
Just the lead track into the film, and then that film won an Oscar for Best Live Action Short.
Awesome.
So it made sense to then kind of, pull our resources together and release something. If it wasn't going to be an album, I think we would have waited 10 years to get the right album to release. And yeah, it just didn't seem like the right thing to do at the time, so we thought let's just get it out.
And what about the song specifically, though? Like, I mean, the beauty of music is that people can interpret a song any way they want, but like, just generally, what was the mindset with that song?
I think it's all in the title, just Be the Song.
Yeah.
There's no way of talking about it without sounding like a pretentious prick.
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's best just left unsaid.
Yeah. Nice.
I'll keep all the pretense in my own head, and then with regards to the record, it's pretty much, I've got a record that I could release now, but there's always other songs that are floating around. There's a couple of songs that have come out in the last month or so. I've written maybe probably another album's worth again, just due to circumstances in my life or whatever. I started writing more, so I'd like to add to it. But either way, the album's coming out in January. Well, I say January.
Early 2013.
2013 is when we're going to release it. Hope please God, January. If not, that won't be far behind that.
Cool. Well, you're awesome.
Thank you, brother.
That's genuine. So.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Have a good show tonight.